Good evening. My name's Gary Elliott, and I'm going to be the host and moderator of tonight's television show called We All People. And guess what? We are all people, and that's what tonight's show is going to address itself to. Each week, we're going to have people from all walks of life walk here right on this set talking about the coming WEAVolution. It's an evolutionary process, and we're all part of it. Tonight, we're really happy to have some guests on the show that are going to talk to you all about it, all about this WEAVolution. And our first guest tonight is going to be a prophet, a professor of it, that is, etology, the study of it. He has earned a master's degree. His name is Prof. NaturalWE. He's earned a master's degree in instructional technology of the infinite totality. He can explain a lot more to you about it than I can and about this WEAVolution. And so, our guest tonight, Prof. NaturalWE. Prophet, we all want a WEAVolution. We all want to change the world. Well, you know, we're not going to make it with anyone anyhow, carrying pictures of Chairman Mao. So, what are you talking about, this WEAVolution?
Well, this WEAVolution that we're talking about is a holistic approach. It stands for the whole earth, west and east. It's a level of awareness that we all can reach. And maybe I'll preface it with a few remarks about the past. In the 60s, there was a huge emphasis on the you. And as the late President John F. Kennedy said that, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And there was this emphasis of this feeling of Uncle Sam wants you, this whole feeling of people not having a real self-importance. You were part of a process. So what we want to do now is that the 70s there was a transformation took place where the me generation took place, where there was a big emphasis on the me decade, the me first type of thing, which we can see right in the back side of our hand. We have the M.
Can you get a shot of this?
Yeah, can we get a close-up here of the M right here? It's real simple. There's the M right there, and then there's the E. And this stands for mass energy, Mother Earth. So
right.
the me decade was this huge emphasis on taking care of your own self. A lot of people consider it a selfish type of thing. People were into health foods, jogging, worrying about old number one, as they call them, the me space, you know. But what we want to do is we want to keep going. This me level was important, but what we want to do is we want to keep evolving. I call it wevolving. And so what we want to do in the 80s is we're going from the me level, when all these millions of me's realize that they're me, like I'm talking to me right now, but when you put two me's together, you have the reflection between the two me's and you have the we. And here's another W-E. This stands for the west, east, the whole earth. And this WEAVolution is to we-mind people. We want people to remember that we're all one. This whole thing is a we one. We all have to reach the we all level of reality. Everyone, always, eternal we. And once we are at the we level, this is what the WEAVolution is about. It's a spiritual, mental, idealistic WEAVolution, a feeling of the whole earth, of everyone on the whole planet, the holistic earth, rather than just this individual cells.
There's lots of people talking about this. You hear different metaphysical people coming on talking about gurus and this and that, you know, all the time. You see it on TV, and lots of people offering millions of different alternatives and spiritual paths and this and that. And there's this person saying, well, if you follow me and you do this meditation, you can get to God. And there's these people saying that, well, just give me some money and I'll give you a mantra and everything will be okay. You're talking about something that a lot of people are talking about. What are the practical applications of it? And, well, how do we all fit in? And how do you intend to, let's say, get the wheel rolling?
Well, first of all, the basic difference I'd like to state is that it's all for we. You know, it's perfectly we call it, and it's there's no monetary involvement. And as far as religions, or philosophy, we call it, the only religion, we're replacing things with instead of the religion, it's the we legion, the legion of the we, the whole earth. It's a feeling of oneness. We have a revival is taking place, this we formation of the whole we feeling. It's like a family we. You know, we're all related. It's not so much a philosophical, religious feeling, but it is a practical, everyday approach to what's really happening. We all want to feel that we're all part of this oneness. Everyone is a we member. You're automatically a we member. You don't have to join. You don't have to follow some guru. You don't have to profess any particular belief. Everyone, by the mere fact that they're on the earth, is a we member.
So what you're describing then isn't really a religion. It isn't really a philosophy or a cult. You're describing a level of awareness, a level of awareness that's brought into action sort of as a natural evolutionary process that you see happening right now on Earth. How does this affect us? Let's say you're talking about a we-evolution. That has implications of a revolution. Does this branch out into the political arena at all?
Well, in politics right now we have the Republicans, and we want to replace the Republicans with the we public, the we all we public. And what we're doing, it does have practical applications. We are starting a we party. It's a political party, and it has the whole purpose of the earth. It's the main concern. And what we want people to do is we want people to we-register. We want people to go down, and if you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever, we want you to go down and to we-register. Register part of the we party, and we're going to have a we election. We're going to we-elect ourselves because we're all one. This whole feeling of a politician being some separate entity is ridiculous, you know, because we reach a certain point where we're the ones that have to do it. If we don't do it, it won't get done. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace all these politicians with the we all people, which is ourselves, and we're going to elect ourselves.
It's great. You know what appeals to me, and mind you, I'm impartial. I'm just the host and moderator, and hey, I've got to be objective about these things, but it's got such a healthy, happy ring. In fact, it makes me really happy to hear.
Yeah, well, some people think it's silly, but or it's ridiculous. But
well,
I mean,
ridiculous. You know, like
but I think talking about a limited nuclear war is about as ridiculous as you can get.
Yes, you know, that's a serious subject. You talk about nuclear war. Well, if you flip the coin, if I get the picture here, like you talk about me evolving to we, well, if you flip the coin on nuclear, you could sort of read in new and clear to it. Am I getting the picture? Am I getting the feeling?
It's a new clear vision. What we're having here is taking place. Now, what we envision, it's the we vision, and we're all we visionaries, because we want the whole earth. It also is all pervasive. We want the whole economy, the whole earth economy. Like we're undergoing a recession right now, but we want to make it a we session. We want people to start to realize that this dog-eat-dog type of existence we've been having with all these multinationals and different companies and countries, each one is biting at each other. We have to combine all these. We have to have a combination of all these different countries and companies and things, and putting into a holistic approach of the world as a whole and taking care of the world's problems. Like Gandhi said, a very famous statement of his was that we have enough for the world's needs, but not for the world's greed. So if we can start thinking in terms of the whole earth rather than just us, which is the United States, and start thinking of the whole earth, then we can start taking care of all these people all over the world, because we have enough food. There's plenty of food on the planet, but we're worried about the economics of it or this or that. But once you get past all the extraneous information and get clarity to the central problem of feeding people on the planet and taking care of everyone, because everyone is ourselves. Because when we feed someone else, we're feeding ourselves, because we're thinking of ourselves as a complete entity, not separate little beings. See, everything is holistically felt.
I understand. Again, you know, for the people that might be watching the show and hearing all of this, it all sounds real good. And you know, I think of Jesus might have said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it's all been said a lot, and lots of people have said it. What I'm concerned with, and what I'm sure maybe some of our viewers who might be sort of spinning their wheels thinking about just what it is you're saying, what are the practical applications? Do you teach any kind of a meditation, or do we meditate? How do we focus, as you say? You use the word focus. How do we focus on this awareness that indeed of being we are all one family?
Well, first of all, one way to focus, I call it the focus because we're all folks. We do have this we all symbol up here. I don't know if we can get a shot of this with the camera, but we'd like to show here, basically, this is the we all itty. I want to explain how
Lost the
E.
mic. There you go.
In the WE, it revolves around the I and the T, which is the it. And this is the wevolving around here. And not so much to sit and have this sitting in your room and spinning it around, but basically we want to get this feeling of the whole earth everywhere. You know, and people have got to reach a certain point where it's in our everyday lives. You know, like take music, for example. We have a lot of recording artists. You know, we have, right now, Western music. Country and Western music is real big. We have Willie Nelson, you know, and we have Dolly Parton. And then
You've got Devo.
Well, we call it WEVO. Weevolution. And then we have Rastafari, or Reggae music, you know, I and I as we, you know. And then we have, what we're going to do is we're going to design some of these. Well, right now we're looking for some recruits, for people who want to help join the Weevolution. And we're looking for people that want to be part of this, because what we want to do is we want to get T-shirts designed with this on it. We want, we'll call them We-shirts, and people will be wearing these things. And we have We-cals, and people can put them up on their back of their cars and bumper stickers.
Well, now you're getting into business, and I don't really quite understand that angle. I think the subject at hand is really the Weevolution. I wanted to talk to you about, well, being a guru. You're here and you've got a beard and a long robe, and pardon me for so abruptly changing the subject, but do you see yourself as a guru?
Well,
And the Weevolution we're talking about, you might have caught a program that aired earlier on in the summer that you produced called All About It. And it's my understanding from, you know, reading a little bit about what you're talking about and being with you, that going through this we level, or this we-allization that you're describing, isn't really the final goal. This awareness of a community of oneness leads to the understanding of it. Am I correct?
yeah, that's perfectly correct. Basically, getting back to the various levels, let's go back to the me level. The me level that we're talking about with the 70s was a very spiritual level of awareness. In Christ, and the various messiahs had the me, the message, this type of thing, like Christ said, whosoever believeth on me shall not perish, or thou shalt, the Bible states, thou shalt have no other gods before me, or Christ says, only through me. It was a level of an awareness where he saw everyone as himself. Like, if you're me, there's no way I'm going to hurt me, or if I'm going to harm me in any way, because I love me. Because love thy neighbor as thyself was the message, the me sage. He was a sage giving the me message. So what we do is, with the we level, analogizing it with Christ, he was basically, or any type of a leader, he was, or Muhammad, different followers.
Spiritually.
They have followers. The disciples surround them. They reach this we-allization. They become we-eyes. They have we-eyes men. And then they go from the we level, which we're at the 80s, we're going to progress to the I level. Now this is the third I, this is the I I'm talking about, the supreme I, the I that Christ, when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. In the Bhagavad Gita, all books talk about the I, the realization of the I, oneness. And this will take place in the 90s. There'll be third eyes will be opening, and there are a lot of, they talk about enlightened individuals, but people will be reaching the I level. And then they'll be going to the I plus level, which is the it level. See the I and the T. This is the it. And like the me, mass energy, orbits around the it. So what happens is that we have the IT turns into a TI. You see how the TI here? In the ME, and what we do is we have time, which is TIME, which we all came from it. People have different words for it. That's why there's been so much fighting. People call it one thing or the other. We just call it, plain and simple. Some people call it God, Buddha, the light. I plus, one plus. That's about as simple as we keep it simple. That's our basic statement. So what we want to do is we want to progress from the I level, from the me level to the we level to the I level to the I plus level, and that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Well, we have a big gathering. We have a big gathering planned. Like, this is the Planet Earth. I'm sure you've heard of the place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice place to visit. But what we want to do is we want to unite all these different people. We want to plan it, we want to unite, we want to summit, which is the peak, the highest point. And then we're going to exit all together at the same time. And we have a huge gathering planned for high noon, August 19th, 2001. And this is when everyone who is into it, who is spiritually aware, will merge together at Woodstock, Ontario in Canada and gather around this. There's a statue of a cow there. We'll all merge together at this one place at this one time for this one particular reason, and that'll be it.
And what do you see when you say that'll be it? What do you see as happening? You're talking almost as though you've seen in a vision or have already looked ahead into the future to see as though you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to take place.
Well, we know because we've all seen it. This whole thing is a we one, as I stated earlier. Like we've all they talk about deja vu. Well, it's all coming back into place, and all these different ideas that we've seen are manifesting itself. And what this it basically is it's based on Einstein's theory of relativity. Basically, his concept was that we must leave the I and the we for the it. And the E equals mc squared is energy or enlightenment. E stood for energy or enlightenment, is equal to mass, which is everyone massing together. It's like the Catholic Mass. Everyone will mass together at one place at one time. And then c squared is the speed of light squared. And so the way you square the speed of light is through a reflection by opening up the third eye. That's when you reach the eye level, the third eye opens, the reflected light energy reflects off the third eye. Everyone is ohming all at the same time. We have a at ohm IC, atomic we action. That's what a we action is all about. We have a nuclear vision. We're all going to see the light at the same time. We're all nuclear reactors. Within each one of us, we have the potential to light up cities. Each one of us could light a city with our potential energy inside, but we all diffuse it in different directions. But if we finally concentrate our energies and focus it, that's what they said about enough faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. All this potential energy within inside of us. So what we can do is we can uplift our consciousness, reflect this energy off the sun, the soul, the solar system. Will hit third eyes, mass third eyes. Everyone will be ohming. This energy will hit the third eyes, reflect back to the sun, and then it'll be a nuclear vision. We're all transcend as pure cosmic energy, and that'll be it.
That sounds great.
Simple.
I can't wait for it to happen. In fact, it's really...
well, see, the only problem...
it seems like it could happen right now if we really willed it to be.
Well, I think a few people on this planet want to make it happen right now, you know, but those people are trying to do it through nuclear vision,
Instead
or
of
nuclear fission. They're doing it through atomic weapons rather than through spiritual upliftment. And we have to do it spiritually, not materially.
I want to ask you a question. You talk about realizing our full potential. You know, and you talk about the light within and opening of the third eye. I'm interested to know about human qualities and just basic things like love, patience, compassion, tolerance. These qualities, it seems to me that in order to really come into alignment with that full potential that you're describing, that there needs to be some activation of human qualities. There's been lots of yogis, lots of gurus, lots of sages and saints that acquired power, shaktis, without really developing the human qualities of patience, love, compassion, tolerance, those qualities. And I tend to be inclined towards getting to the core, that as being the root, those human qualities. I'm curious to know what your feeling is about, you know, just the development of those godlike qualities, and if that has any correlation to this realization of it.
Yeah, well, basically there's a good little statement here that it says that the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. And I don't profess to be any enlightened being, any more enlightened being than the whole planet. And what we have to do is each and every individual can't sit around and wait for an example to be given to them to share the love and the feelings of oneness. Like, I talk about the new wave. This is the WE. They talk about new wave. Well, what we do is we weave to people on the street, everywhere, people who you've never seen before, because that's part of your holistic experience. Everyone that you're coming in contact with is part of the we. Mm-hmm. And say hello to people. Say a hi. You know, just because you don't have to say hello to someone just because you know them. Just be more just friendly, openness. Right. You know, this feeling of separation and closing off. People are afraid to talk to someone nowadays. And what we have to do is we want to open up and bring more light into this planet. We want to share the light and bring more openness and a feeling of togetherness and sharing. You know.
I hope it can be.
Oh, it is. It will be. It will be. The only problem is whether we will be around to experience it, because it's all a plan. It's all going to be manifesting. So if you have enough faith and enough, energy or whatever to be participating in it, then it will take place, because we're going to be part of it. If we don't do it, it won't get done.
Well, it's all agreeable to me. I want to bring someone else along out on the set tonight.
Some more we.
Some more we, you know, to just let everybody know that we're all part of it. An old friend of mine called me up on the phone a couple nights ago, and you know, I can't always play host and moderator. Gosh, this tie, this stuffy hot set, come on, give me a break. I gotta stop playing host and moderator. My old buddy Adam from high school's on.
Gary,
Adam, how are you doing? Meet my good friend.
Fine.
Did you meet? Have you met my friend Prof at NaturalWE?
We have met, and
How you
I
doing?
heard what you had to say, and I'm
Adam.
very impressed.
All right.
And a little overwhelmed. I don't know how I'm going to follow that.
Well, we follow ourselves, you know. Follow we, he said, and walk behind.
Yeah, it's so funny because what I realize about this whole thing is it seems as if the realization of this is a natural evolution for all human beings.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, when we're children, it would seem that we are more concentrated on ourselves, of course, because our parents focus their attention on us if it's a good family situation. And as we grow up, we tend to look at our goals, what we want, what the individual wants to do, the college you want to go to, the woman or man you hope to marry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And life, as you go on, you begin with hardships or whatever that leads you
away from that childlike state.
Exactly, but toward, in a good way, toward the realization that we are all one. And it's quite a wonderful thing, and I think it's something that everyone is experiencing at their own rate, at their own level.
Yeah, no more of these separation. We've all been separated through nationalities or through races or through speech or through, there's so many different when you really get down to the hardcore of a child, we're all one. You know, I mean, it's so simple that people have overlooked it.
Yeah.
You know, they've been looking for these answers everywhere else, and they haven't looked to themselves or to themselves, you know. It's not only inside of me, it's inside of we.
Yeah.
We all have the answer, because we are the answer.
Well, I think we're reflecting the answer off of one another.
Yeah,
in other words, if I don't have the answer at some point, I can look to you, find it, then I hold it and can give it to someone else, because the answer is always there.
The truth
and
is,
it's just
the truth is there. We just we're all reflections of the light.
It seems that like energies attract each other, and that those that are really endeavoring to make progress and realize their human potential are, you know, as you form that intention, as you yearn in your heart, whatever it is that moves you through life, you find that eventually those events will start clicking where you're drawn into that circle of energy, your friends, your family, the help you need, the lessons you need, they're all ready there, waiting for you to help you remember or remember. Become a member again. We want all of you out there to become a member, to realize that we're all part of the one essential reality.
But how do you convince somebody who is, let's say, out there watching, or someone who will hear about us, that we're not a bunch of idiots? In other words, some people will hear us talking and they'll say, oh my gosh, who were they kidding?
Yeah, they're on some kind of a trip or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what do you say to those people? Because it is, I mean, it has a tendency to sound like we're a part of an order. We're a part of some sect, some group.
We have some leader.
Exactly.
There's some little tricky thing there somewhere.
And the next time you'll see Gary and I is handing out pamphlets at the airport. And that's not true.
Looking for recruits.
So don't worry about that.
It's not that way. And in fact, you know, that's really what's kind of nice about We All People, because we are all part of it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's really the theme and the essence of this show, to really remind people that there won't be any of this. France, we want you. We need you. We gladly accept all denominations in our church. No, you won't see any of that on We All People.
Or maybe a little.
Or you won't see any of this either. Come on. If you want to get enlightenment, then you come to me. And you see, there should be some flowers behind me. And then I would say to you, you give me a little token of your appreciation to show your surrender. And I'll give you the mantra. And it goes like this. Oh, money, give me some. You see, that is the temple, the money lenders. That's no good, it's false. You'll know it's real when the love starts ringing in your heart like a little bell. And we'll all realize each other to be just one happy family, a circle of love flowing smoothly. It's our human potential, it's our consciousness realized.
We're all one family. We're all related. You know?
What is the next step after this?
Well, we want people to call in to the show here, and we want people to come on, you know, and this is the media. We call it, this is our means of expression. This is our way to reaching into each and every people in their homes and say, hey man, there are people out there that don't want we do believe in love, peace, and happiness. I mean, that trinity is not going to be old-fashioned, you know.
Yeah.
We believe in that, and it's real. It's we all. And we want people to know that they're not alone, that we're all together in this.
So, Gary, want to ask me some questions?
Adam, we've got about a minute and a half. We're sitting in here indulging ourselves, but you know there's a point behind it all.
No, there is.
There is a point.
I don't know.
We
I'm
don't
not
know.
going to say it.
It's fun. It's light. Remember, it's not a heavy trip, folks. It's not a trip where you have to give money to anything. You're going to know that the trips are false by the money floating in the coffers. You'll know it's real when the love flows. Adam?
Folks, this is all we can afford.
This is really about all we can cough
If
up.
you don't believe us, look at these shirts. My gosh.
This robe is 10 years old. We want people to weave to everyone. Just weave on. It's been we all fun. So remember, we're all one. This whole thing is a we one. And we playing this.
Will we be right back?
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
That's the we all thing. We all love you. That's the only weagelation is we love. We love everyone.
Are we off?
No, are we? Hey,
Ask me that question.
How much love could we
Gary,
pour
ask
out?
me a 3-second question.
Adam?
1 second question, I'll answer it in 2. Give it to me quick.
Where do you live now?
Oh, I think it's another Miracle Mile. Have we got enough time? How are we doing?
I think we're
Are
still
we
on.
still on?
That's called ad-lib.
Okay, no, wait.
Oh, it's called Stretch.
Let's responsibly ad-lib. Is the camera?
Okay.
Look at the camera.